Well, hello there. Hi, and welcome to another Christmas cooking class. My name is Bridget Fuliaki Davis, and I have got a treat in store for you today. So, as a chef and a nutritionist, I want to share with you my absolute favorite, potentially only way that I like to cook prawns, aka shrimps. I have been cooking them for decades this way, and now that my heart is full because I also know it's an amazingly healthy way to do it. So we are cooking prawns. I am going to be doing king prawns. Now, not only is it a really healthy way of doing it, but it's also a flavorsome way of doing it. And it only takes about 7 to 8 minutes to roast. Because that's right, we're going to be roasting our prawns today. So the first thing that you want to do is to preheat your oven. I've got my oven set on 220 degrees Celsius, which is 440 degrees Fahrenheit. So I've got it up pretty high, and it's kind of medium to high, or just above medium. If you were using an air fryer, which you absolutely can, in fact, it'll speed it up even more, you want to stay at those really hot temperatures, so around about 200 degrees for your air fryer, which of course is 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So nice and hot, get that oven heated up. As it's heating up, you can do the prep for your prawns. So the prawns that I'm using today are these wonderful Australian prawns. Now these, believe it or not, especially for our American friends, these are not king prawns. In Australia, these are known as banana prawns. They get a lot bigger than that. Can I show you guys? Where's the camera? There it is. They get a lot bigger than that. So this is a banana prawn, and I bought these fresh today. Look, you can use frozen prawns if budget is a consideration, but obviously fresh when it comes to this is absolutely best. Now, if you are using frozen, pre-frozen, or frozen prawns, you just want to pop them into a bowl like this and just let the cold water run over them until they defrost. It doesn't take very long, just a little bit of cold water running over them and they'll defrost quite easily. But obviously, if you can get fresh, please do. Now, this may not look like a lot of prawns, but I have got some more that I cooked earlier, so I'll show you what those look like. But I bought a kilo of prawns, which is a great little, either for a full-on prawn dinner, you're probably going to be serving 2 to 3 people. In a house you would, but if you're using it like a side dish at Christmas time, you could, 1 kilo can actually get quite a few people with a few prawns on their plate. But again, that depends on how many prawns you like to eat. But I would say 1 kilo, you're looking at as a side dish or as part of a buffet, you're probably looking at 5 to 6 people that you can easily serve with 1 kilo of prawns. So it's pretty decent, right? But I have bought raw prawns. So these are known as raw or green prawns, right? Raw or green. And yes, the shell and the head are intact because that's where some of the goodness is. I know you're probably thinking I'm a little bit crazy, but trust me on this. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to add some flavor to the outside of our prawns. Hence why I'm not a fan of boiling them. Even if people boil them in stock, I'm just like, really? We're just boiling all the flavor into the water. Whereas this way we get to keep all the flavor, which is great. So I'm just putting a couple of tablespoons of my sticky sauce on there. For a kilo of prawns, you probably want about 4 tablespoons of sticky sauce. I'm also going to be adding a bit of extra virgin olive oil. And again, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil for a kilo of prawns. A kilo of prawns is about 2.2 pounds, by the way. So now that we've got, and I should say that's shrimps too. If you're looking at the pound version, then you probably also recognize these as being big shrimps. Same, different name, different ocean as well. Australia, gosh, is absolutely well known for their gorgeous, gorgeous prawns, especially the king prawns, right? So got our olive oil on there. I'm now going to add just a little bit of mineral salt to it as well, bit of a sprinkle. And the reason why I'm doing it in the bowl, because then you get the ability to toss it like that. So all the flavors from the sticky sauce, the olive oil, and now the salt is going over everything. So there's only one more ingredient to add here, and that is some garlic. Why not? Garlic prawns, famous, right? The flavors just go together so incredibly well. And it's up to you what sort of garlic you use. Again, this is so simple. By the time my oven is finished preheating, the prep's done for this dish, right? And at Christmas time, you don't want to be spending too much time in the kitchen, especially with lots of ovens and stuff on. So this is why it's one of my favorite ways to eat and cook these prawns, because it's so incredibly quick. So I've got just raw garlic there, as in a couple of cloves of raw garlic. You can absolutely use raw garlic. But the other thing I like to do is I've actually got pre-roasted garlic. So every time I pop vegetables into the oven to roast, I will always roast off a few whole bulbs of garlic. Can you guys see that? Yeah, right? I just half the garlic bulb, and then it just goes in like that, and I just roast it when I'm roasting lots of vegetables. So I've always got roasted garlic at the ready, and like I said, the more garlic the better. I'm putting all of that in. In fact, I'm going to put all those in. I'm also, if you going to just do a little bit of raw, you can, like I said, you can do either or. And if you wanted to add raw garlic into the mix, you just want to take a big heavy knife like that, and then putting the blade of the knife, so I'm not going that way as in cutting, I'm actually putting the blade, the flat of the blade, onto the garlic, then taking that heavy part of my palm there, the base of my palm, I'm just going to whack it down. And what you're getting is you're getting the ability for those cloves to just, I don't have my glasses on, I can't see what I'm doing. I think I'm doing it right. There you go. The clove peel just pops right off there, which is great. Yes, yes. But even if you did have a bit of skin on there, I've got skin in there with the garlic. Doesn't matter, honestly. All right, so we're just going to roughly chop those through. The amount of garlic you use is up to you. I've probably got like about half a bulb of roasted garlic and 2 cloves of raw garlic. So if you've got a kilo of prawns, you probably want to go a whole clove, as in, sorry, a whole bulb, as in this one, sliced in half, that can go in. And with garlic, maybe 4 to 5 cloves chopped up of garlic, just roughly chopped up. Again, we're just going to give it a little bit of a toss. My oven is now nice and ready to accept his prawn friends. So we're just going to pop the prawns onto a little roasting tray that I have covered in baking paper. And the only reason I've covered it in baking paper is because it's going to be a lot easier to clean up, right? A lot easier. So only the last thing that I'm going to do, I am going to just put just another pinch of salt on there. And then I've got this olive oil spray here, and just a little bit of a spray of olive oil. And this is what makes the nutrient value of this dish increase. We've got prawns, which are really high in omega-3 fatty acids. So really good for our brain, really good for our heart, really, really good if weight loss is your goal, really, really good if flavor is your goal. So we've got the prawns. Then we're adding olive oil, which is another fantastic monounsaturated, healthy fat. A bit of that's going on. Again, it's going to feed your brain. It's going to make sure that you're ridding your body of inflammation. And then, of course, the garlic, which in itself is an absolute miracle of a food. So garlic flavor is amazing, but also the benefits of garlic. Garlic is really high in nutrients, again, anti-inflammatory and antioxidants. I mean, it's just brilliant. And now I smell like garlic, which isn't too bad, right? It's not too bad. Okay, so once you're at this stage, you literally just pop on over to the oven and you roast your prawns. They take, I mean, these size prawns that I've got, so these size here, they took about 7.5 to 8 minutes. Maximum. That's all they took, and they were ready. If your prawns are a bit larger, they might take up to 10 minutes, but it's not a long time. In fact, you want to err on the side of caution, because if you leave them in there too long, they can overcook and be a bit dry, whereas this 7, 8, 10 minutes, perfect, right? Just keep an eye on it. So those are now roasting in the oven, and here's some I prepared earlier. Oh, that roasting tray's still a little bit warm. And you can see what I've got. So what I have here is the most fabulous tray. Okay, Kat, she knows. She's like, her little nose, excuse me, my gosh. Demanding, she's very demanding. So what I have here is the most awesome tray of roasted prawns, ready to go with that fabulous garlic. I mean, check that out. Oh, isn't that good? Yes, 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 yes. That's amazing, right? Love, love, love. So we've got that roasted garlic here. We've got these wonderful prawns with the fat and all those flavors that have cooked onto these prawns. The garlic, the salt, the olive oil, just the flavors there are just spectacular, and it's so incredibly simple. So all you need to do now is decide how you're going to serve it. I'm going to give you 2 options for serving. So option number 1 is you could literally get a bowl like I've got here, place your prawns into a bowl, and that's it, right? And then you've just got this big bowl of roasted prawns to go onto your Christmas table or on your dinner table or on any table that you want. I mean, that's step number 1. And let's be honest, that's pretty easy. Just throw in a couple of lemon wedges, make sure everyone's got a bit of a finger bowl to clean their fingers with, and you are away. But let's just say you're like, Bridget, I actually want to take it a step further and I want to make it into a prawn cocktail. There's nothing stopping you from doing that as well. So if you want to do a prawn cocktail, what you could do in a big bowl of prawn cocktails is really awesome. You just grab yourself up some lettuce. I'm using an iceberg lettuce. You could use a baby romaine or a cos lettuce if you want to. Just a bit of lettuce because you want the crunch. That's what kind of makes that prawn cocktail pretty exciting, is that crunch from the lettuce. So I've got a lovely fresh iceberg lettuce. Now I am going to be using my knife, and I don't recommend you pre-cut your iceberg lettuce with a knife because that metal will actually make it go brown. So you only want to do this just before the salad or the prawn cocktail goes onto the table. So I'm keeping things as simple as I can because why not? I'm just going to cut those up into wedges. Going to add some iceberg wedge to there, and then I'm just going to go back in with my prawns. Oh, sticky. Go back in with those cooked prawns. Obviously, we've already got a bit of lemon down there, which is fabulous. But you've now made a salad. I know, it's so cool. Bit of garlic goes on there. All those wonderful flavors. And all we did was cook prawns in the oven for 8 minutes with a bit of garlic and a bit of olive oil. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from topping it with a little bit more lettuce if you wanted to. Another really cool thing that you could do, again, this is all optional, but you've kind of made it, you spread it out a little bit, which is really cool. And another thing you could do, where is it? Do I have it here? It's over there. Bear with me. So this is another great option for you, is you could take up some fresh herbs. This is how I do my fresh herbs. So it's in a damp tea towel, lasts 4 times longer in the fridge when you use a damp tea towel. And in here I've got some fresh herbs. So why not also just rip a few of those fresh herbs, throw them on top, blah, blah, blah. I've got parsley. I've got everyone's favorite, coriander. I know there's people right now going, "Gah, coriander is not nice," but you can use whatever fresh herbs you want. Mint is really good. I'm now adding just a little bit of dill, which is really amazing as well. The dill is going on there. And then we've got the beep beep happening. The last thing that we're going to do, the very last thing, is we're going to take some of and this is just a mayonnaise that I make. This is called a boiled egg mayo, but you could use your own or my homemade mayonnaise. And then you take up that mayonnaise and you're just going to drizzle that mayonnaise just around there. Oh my God, how good does that look? And there you go. Like I said, this is my favorite way to cook and eat prawns. And now you know why, because I've just created something absolutely wonderful in a couple of minutes. And it's full of nutrients and it's full of flavor, and it's just as good on your dinner table as it is going to appear on your Christmas buffet. That's the best part. This is so versatile. Just don't forget those finger bowls, because they're going to get little sticky fingers and all that wonderful olive oil and garlic and salt all over your fingers as you're eating those gorgeous, gorgeous prawns. So enjoy. If you make this for Christmas, please let me know. Until our next cooking class, I am looking forward to sharing even more simple, easy, but delicious recipes with you guys really, really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.